Alright, so now we have the gyro turning program. So, we can turn left 90 degrees, then turn back to the right to negative 90 degrees. But now, let's create a way to simplify this, because, this is kind of a little annoying, right? It doesn't look real pretty, it's kind of hard to tell what's going on. So what we're going to do is make some functions to do this for us. Hopefully, if you've watched the line counting video, you're already familiar with what a function is. So what it is it's basically we can create, this whole chunk of code here, and then put it in this little simple function. So that way we just, have to type one line, and it's much easier to understand what is happening. Rather than looking at this and having to figure out, oh, it's turning right to 90 degrees, and then down here it's turning left to negative 90 degrees. So instead we're going to create a function here. So we need to do void, because we don't need this one to return anything. We're just doing the turn. And we'll call it turn right, we'll say. So turn right, we have the open close parenthesis, brackets. Alright, and then inside of here, we're going to just copy this section of code right here. So the turn right, we're going to just copy it, put it right inside there, and there we go. So now when we call turn right, so right here we can go turn right. And so now when we look at our program, it's easier to see, oh, we're turning right. But what if we want to turn right 45 degrees instead? Are we going to have to make a turn right 45 degree function and then, have one with this here? No. There's a simpler way we can do this. With functions, you can pass what is called a argument to them. And they're like these values here. So like the set motor has two, the motor name and the speed. So what we're going to do is create one for our function that will be able to set this distance or the angle to. So let's get rid of that. So up here, where we put them is right in here in these parentheses. We create a variable there. Hopefully you're familiar with variables. What they are is it's a value. You can think of it as like an address. So we'll create one here. Just go ahead and create one. Alright, so we have this variable here called angle. So its address is kind of angle. And anywhere within this function that we type angle, for instance, right here where we want it, it'll put whatever value it is set to. The int beforehand just tells us that it's going to be an integer, which means it's a number without a decimal place. So it's just a whole number, no decimal. And then when we, in our program down here where we do it, how we tell it what angle is set to is we just type, 45, let's say. So we do turn angle, and then this 45 right here will get set to angle right there. And if we had a couple of them, like let's say we wanted to do the speed, we wanted to control the speed of the turn. So put speed down here and speed there. Then down here we go 45, comma, we'll just keep it the same, 40. So this will have us turn right to 45 degrees at 40 speed. So let's try this out. So we'll go ahead, we'll just leave that second one there, but let's download this and try it. So let's see if it'll actually turn to 45 degrees left, or 45 degrees right. Oops, turn 45 degrees left. Yep, that would be right. I made a mistake there. Alright, so let's just change that. We'll change it to turn left, turn left. Sorry about the confusion. There are probably a few of you out there who caught it and were trying to figure out what I was talking about. But let's try this again. Alright, so let's start this over, hit run. There we go, turns left 45, and then it turns right to negative 90. So now let's create another one for turning right. So let's go void turn right, and hopefully this one will actually turn right. Angle and speed, and then we can just copy all of this right here. Control X, Control V, place that 40 with speed, that one with speed, and then that with angle. And so now we should be able to turn left, to there. Then we'll turn right to negative 75.2 at speed. Let's go 70. Let's do this one differently. Alright, and we'll download and try it out. If we hit run, turns left, turns right. And if you notice on the turn right, it was definitely moving a lot faster there. So now, you guys know, and if we look at our main program down here in task main, that's much easier to understand. We turn left 45 degrees. It was a little confusing because we don't know which one's degrees and which one's speed, but you know, we turn to 45 at 40. So once you learn it, it's pretty easy to know. And so yeah, this is much easier to understand, and also you guys have an even better understanding of how things like the set motor speed works and how to program it like that. You just type the variable name up here in the parentheses, and it's just like, if you look right here, this is the same sort of thing that we put down here. So if we go Control C, let's put another turn left in, let's say. So we'll just replace int angle with 30 and int speed with 20. Download robots. Now let's try it again. Start over, run, left, right, and slowly back to the left. And there we go. You now understand how to write functions with what we call arguments, which are these guys right in here.